Selena Gomez was every mom's dream child until she met Justin.
Justin Bieber's drug repertoire has recently expanded to include his wholesome girlfriend Selena into a user.
Yeah, she took Ambien, was
and
prescribed,
smoked some marijuana.
and she drank some booze. But the real problem is Justin Bieber.
And pushed away the only family she had.
Selena's mom wants her daughter to stay away from Justin.
She didn't want anything to do with me.
Selena fired her mother as her manager.
I always try to do the right thing.
I blamed my mom.
Family is the most important thing. And she's my daughter.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's lifeline.
Selena's mom's fears came true when Justin left Selena for Haley.
There's not a worse feeling in the world.
I was in pain. It's too much.
Selena is now on break dealing with anxiety, panic attacks, and depression.
But was there more to it than people knew?
She was hearing all of these voices that triggered some sort of psychotic break.
You look in her eyes and there's nothing there. It was just pitch black.
And it was so bad, they ended up taking her to a psychiatric hospital.
I was scared she was gonna die.
Selena Gomez has been in dire straits for a couple of weeks now. It got so bad, she had to go to the hospital.
And she was really alarmed. As several people told us, she had a mental breakdown. She wanted out. She was trying to rip her IVs out. She had become very difficult with the staff. And she is now at a psychiatric hospital as a result.
Yes.
So this is really serious.
If anybody saw what I saw in the state that she was in at the mental hospital, they wouldn't have recognized her at all.
We heard about her mental breakdown through TMZ. They called me and wanted to know what my daughter was doing in the hospital with a nervous breakdown. She didn't want anything to do with me, and I was scared she was gonna die.
Before Selena's world came crashing down, she and her mom were inseparable.
I feel Selena came into this world at the perfect time because I was really lost myself. And then when I found out I was pregnant, I was like, oh, I have someone I'm responsible for.
Selena was raised by her single mom, Mandy, and she could see that her life was different from other kids. Selena said to Elle magazine, "I can remember about 7 times when our car got stuck on the highway because we'd run out of gas money."
She was so young, still in school, and eventually tried every job you could possibly imagine. She said, "This is what we're going through, but I'm not gonna stop. I'm not gonna give up."
I was sitting in front of a mirror and I was trying to get ready and I just started crying. And I was crying and I was crying and she come up behind me and she was so young and she like started playing with my hair and then she's like, "What's wrong?" And I said, "I just don't know why I'm doing what I'm doing." And she goes, "You'll figure it out. Just keep going."
Selena and her mom shared their passion for performing, but after watching her mom struggle as a theater actress, Selena wanted to do it differently.
She loved theater. And I eventually started to like the idea of wanting to act and perform. But I told my mom for some reason at 7, I was very persistent and insisted I be on TV instead of theater.
So one day she saw a Barney commercial on TV and she was, "I want to go to that open call." And I was like, "Well, that's on the day of your birthday party. So just know that." And then we went.
So I went on my first audition when I was 7 and I got my first part.
Once Selena started acting, their life started to get better.
Then I never stopped. I just kept going. And then when I hit around 11 and I moved to Los Angeles, I just wanted to work. I loved my job. I have this relationship with my job and my work that keeps me going.
Selena quickly rose to fame from her Disney career with her mom by her side.
What you've done so far with, film, TV, and music, you've just been successful in all of those areas.
When I started working, my mom was the person in my life that helped guide me through most of that.
My mom has given me the best advice ever. Whether it's about my career or it's about my personal life, she's always there for me.
But Selena's mom couldn't prepare her for the other side of fame.
When do you think the paparazzi started to take notice of you? When did you feel it happen?
I was 15, and I went to the beach with my family, and I'm a 15-year-old in a bikini, and there were like 7 guys, and then it just like ruined my day. It gives me anxiety. I'm trying to drive, and then I have like them kind of all blocking me in each way as I'm driving, and then I just try to keep my head down, and then they just start getting mean and just say things, and it's not something that I'm really like.
I didn't want to be a headline. This turn happened, and people started using my personal life a lot more.
And the spotlight became even more intense when Selena started dating the most famous teen singer in the world, Justin Bieber.
And it's hard because what do? Do you just want to like sit in your house and hide and not go anywhere? I was 18 when we started to date, and it was just like, I don't know. You just have to be an 18-year-old and go through everything.
Everyone knows Selena and Justin Bieber have been on and off. They were together for a while, then they've broken up and gotten back together a few times.
Instead of turning to her mom for support, Selena pushed her away.
Because I remember certain things that I did, and it was so mean.
Selena Gomez fired her mother as her manager.
TMZ speculates that Selena's breakup with her parents as her managers came as the result of arguments over the direction of her career and her relationship with Justin Bieber.
So there have been reports that Selena Gomez's mom, Mandy, isn't thrilled that Justin Bieber is back in her daughter's life ever since they started hanging out again.
Are she and Bieber, are they together? Are they not a thing anymore?
You would know before I do. No, I don't. We don't talk about it.
No?
Yeah.
Not only did Selena and her mom unfollow each other on Instagram amidst all the drama, but Mandy later took to Facebook in mid-January. Mandy wrote, quote, "I taught Selena to be a strong woman, but as everyone in their 20s, she is finding herself. I'm a threat to the people who are trying to take advantage of her because she knows she can trust me and I love her."
Is it weird for you to have been pulled into all the headline?
Everyone out here, they're people too. And they can make things messier.
Selena had been carrying a secret resentment against her mom for years, and it was finally coming up.
My parents were separated when I was 5.
It was confusing, just because I didn't really know what was going on. And to be honest, I think I blamed my mom, and I just wanted a family.
Hi, Daddy. He made me feel like I was the prettiest young girl. Like I could do anything, and no one was worthy, and so I miss him a lot.
It was really hard for me to accept my stepdad.
Selena couldn't see that her mom was trying to help her, and it drove them further apart.
That stresses the hell out of me, being a good mom. Being a mom anyways is tough, and then you bring in the LA lifestyle of a celebrity. It gets really distorted. I always try to do the right thing, and sometimes I think I try so hard that I do the wrong thing.
Isolated and alone, Selena struggled to deal with the media's constant criticism.
Yeah, she took Ambien,
and smoked some marijuana.
And she drank some booze.
There were accounts that were dissecting me down to my body, to my face, to my features, choices I've made, telling stories, and it drove me crazy.
Selena and Justin have yet again ended their relationship.
You're isolated, you're being looked at, you're being judged. There's not a worse feeling in the world.
Selena threw herself into her work, but as she performed in front of millions, she felt disconnected from herself.
So I get the voice that comes in my head that says that you missed this, that sucked. Oh, you get a glimpse of yourself on the screen. Wow, that looks pretty fucking shitty. Like, it sucks the life out of me and I don't want to perform. The pressure is just overwhelming because I want to do the best I can.
But the last straw for Selena was when the media announced that Justin had moved on with Hailey Baldwin.
My life became so overwhelming, and it stopped becoming about me. It became about the world. It's all very real to me, and I'm sure it's just entertainment for other people, but I think I had become numb to it, and it would be stupid of me if I didn't acknowledge what I had felt.
Sometimes I wake up and I don't really feel like I have it in me.
We had to have a really serious conversation with her of like, what is going on? Her answer was also like, I wish you could feel what it feels like to be in my head. I just remember it being very chaotic, and she was hearing all of these voices. They just kept getting louder and louder and louder. That triggered some sort of psychotic break.
At one point, she's like, I don't want to live. And I'm like, wait, what? And it was one of those moments where you look in her eye, it was just pitch black. And it's so scary.
I was suffering mentally and emotionally, and I wasn't able to stay all buttoned up and together.
Selena is now on break dealing with anxiety, panic attacks, and depression.
There were rumors that she had a drug problem, letting the high life of celebrity and partying get the best of her and her career.
Selena Gomez has been in dire straits for a couple of weeks now.
She was trying to rip her IVs out. She is now at a psychiatric hospital as a result.
We heard about her mental breakdown through TMZ. They called me and wanted to know what my daughter was doing in the hospital with a nervous breakdown. She didn't want anything to do with me, and I was scared she was gonna die.
You hang on as tight as you can and try to help them with their treatment. And that's the hardest thing to do. To then just go to bed and hope that they wake up the next day.
At the hospital, Selena finally learned the truth, and it was both terrifying and somehow comforting.
I found out I have a diagnosis of bipolar disorder. I thought my life was over. I was like, this is how I'm gonna be forever. But I didn't want to be trapped in myself, in my mind anymore.
And there was one person who could relate to what Selena was going through.
I was diagnosed bipolar in my early 20s. I immersed myself into bipolar to understand it and then to try to restructure my mind of how to take that diagnosis and make myself better.
That's why I say to people that I have the greatest friends and family, especially my mom and my stepdad, Brian, because I shouldn't have spoken to them the way that I did, and I shouldn't have treated them the way that I did sometimes. And they know it wasn't me, and so, like, even to this day, I keep saying thank you and I'm sorry and everything that I do, and they're always like, once we found out everything, it made so much sense, Selena. Like, we're so happy that we can see that. We never, ever would give up on you. And they haven't.
Selena had support from her loved ones, but she had to do the work to heal herself.
When I first got out, I didn't know how I'd cope with my diagnosis. What if it happened again? What if the next time I didn't come back? I needed to keep learning about it. I needed to take it day by day. I lived in Texas, and we were huge with the tornado scene, and I was terrified. And my mom would just kind of smile at me, and the next day, I remember she got me a bunch of books, and it was all about thunderstorms and different clouds and formations and all this stuff. And she just told me, she's like, it's not that scary, you know, it's especially when you know that it's just a part of the world.
That sort of feels to me like the beginning of self-help. It's what you do with the strength, isn't it? It's how you apply it to your life.
I felt scared of so many things in life, and I think it's because I grew up anxious. I felt like I needed to perform and I needed to be the best I possibly could be, and my mom was always that person that allowed me to be exactly who I wanted to be and didn't judge me for any of it and loved me through it. I was meant to be exactly who I am. And once I was released from a voice that was in my life, I didn't fall. I actually rose up.
With her new self, Selena became closer to her mom than ever.
I was parenting her in a way that I needed to be parented when I was younger. That wasn't working for our relationship. And so we had to learn how to recommunicate with each other. And it's been amazing ever since we took the time. There's been ups and downs, but she's like navigated herself into a wonderful adult, and It's just been, it's been an honor to be her mother.
Selena wanted to help people by using her voice, and now nothing could stop her.
Selena Gomez is opening up about her mental health like never before.
Selena Gomez reveals that she is bipolar and had suffered for years.
Now, Selena is hoping to channel her mental health battles into something beautiful, teaming up with her own mother, Mandy Teefee. Together, they're launching a multimedia company, Wondermind. All three have dealt with their own mental health issues and are trying to break the stigma and provide resources to subscribers free of charge.
Now, Selena dedicates her life to raising awareness and supporting those who may be suffering in silence.
Chapter of my life right now is to continue to do what I love. Hopefully just continue to help make the world a better place. This is a continuation.
Yeah.
My story's not done, and I can't wait to find out what's gonna happen next, and doesn't mean it's gonna be easy, and I'm sure there's gonna be bumps that happen, but I'm gonna learn how to live with them.